I'm going to show you how to make really cool branded PayPal buttons for your WordPress website. I know PayPal generates code for its own buttons, but these don't work very well in WordPress. Often the WordPress code kind of glitches the Facebook code and makes really weird buttons that don't work. You can buy plugins for this particular thing, but to be honest, I just prefer making my own and using a PayPal link instead. It's really easy and I'll show you exactly how. So we're going to use the free image editor called Picmonkey here. So let's imagine we're going to make a button for your site. So just click on design. It'll open up a big square. Now the size you want the button really depends on how wide your website is. So on my site, my website is just over 1,000 pixels wide, and I like my buy now buttons to be quite big. Excuse me. So I do make my buttons around 500 pixels wide, and you can use Picmonkey to change the size of this canvas here. So when you're in Picmonkey and you're in this kind of menu here, the basic edits menu, just scroll to the bottom and click this one that says resize, and you can resize it to whatever. So I'm going to do 500 wide. I don't want it square, but because this button is ticked here, it's keeping the proportion. So if I untick that, and then I'm going to make this about that shape, so 500 pixels by 150. Now that's the size I personally use, but like I said, you're going to have to decide on the size depending on how your website is and how wide your website. If your website is only 900 pixels wide, you might want a smaller button. You might want a huge, gigantic square button. It's up to you how you decide how big your buy now button is. So I'm just going to use these proportions, 500 wide by 150 tall. So I'm going to hit apply for that. Now I keep things quite simple with my buy now buttons. I don't like to, you know, really jazz them up. The most important thing is that it looks like a button and it's, you know, got your call to action. So buy now or add to cart, or I sell e-courses, so I often write enroll now. So I'm going to do that now. And I use impact font quite a lot on my website, so I'm going to use that here. I'm just going to type enroll now. And I'm going to make that the colour that matches my own website. I put in the hex code in there. You can also just select a colour by moving your cursor to any of these areas here. So let's get that centered up and make it fill the space. Enroll now. I also like to use little arrows so people know it's a link. So if you go to the overlays menu, which is the butterfly here on the left, click that. You scroll down slowly, you'll see this area that says arrows. I like this one because it just looks like a website kind of arrow. I'm just going to make that a nice size so it matches, and I'm going to do 2 of them. So when it's selected like this, if you right click with your mouse, you can duplicate overlay and it doubles it up. There you go. So there's my enroll now button. It looks pretty plain, so we can jazz it up a little bit. If we go to frames, you can add an edge to it. So maybe I'll make the edge the colour pink that I like to use. And also you can change the thickness of that edge, so I don't want it too fat and crazy. You can also make it look a bit rounded. That's quite nice as well. So I don't know what caption space does. Let's see what that does. Yeah. It gives you a little space at the bottom. Alright, so apply. And I'm also going to add a drop shadow because it stands it out and looks a bit more three-dimensional on your page. So that's a really easy way to do a button. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not doing anything else to it now. I'm just going to save it. And when you save it, you can check the dimensions again. And at this point, if you want to change them and make it smaller, you can do here, or you can make it larger. It's up to you, so maybe I'm going to do a big giant one so you can see what that's like. Oops, missed off a 0. So that would be like a really giant version. So I'll save that. So I'm going to put enroll button. Enroll button big. And I'm going to do a smaller version, a 500 pixel one. That's fine. So I've got 2 versions. Enroll button medium. Okay. Now the fun starts. So go to the page you want your buy now button to appear. So let's imagine you've written a load of content here about a course or something you're developing, and now you want to get people to sign up to it. So let's just say, join this 10-week course in home baking. Let's make something up. I don't teach home baking, by the way, just in case you're wondering. Join this 10-week course in home baking today for $47 or £47 as I've put, because I'm in the UK, don't you know? And then what you need to do, you just need to go to this button here which says add media and click that and upload your image that you've made wherever you saved it. So here's ours. Let's upload both of them. We can choose which one to do. I'll show you them both. So your button is basically just a picture. It's just an image file. And there you see how gigantic that one is. And there's the normal size one. Okay, so at the moment it's just an image, and you'll see what I mean if I show you the page in the preview here. As you can see, it's just an image. Nothing going on there, nothing to do. It will just open it up in a light box. Well, my WordPress does anyway, because I've set it up like that. But you want this to link to your PayPal. So we need to do some fancy jigging around. Now this is really, really easy to do, but what we need is a link from PayPal first. So go to your PayPal account and log in. And you go to Profile, My Selling Preferences, and here it's usually at the top, PayPal buttons, manage my PayPal buttons, and you want to go to Update. So I'm going to do here, create a new button, and you want to change this one. I usually do a buy now because I make individual sales pages for all my products. I don't have like a shop with loads of things on one. So I make buy now buttons, and you can name it. This is really good to do because it means when the customer does go to the PayPal link, it will tell them what they're buying, so they can be, they got that peace of mind that they're definitely getting the right thing. So make sure whatever you write in here matches. So I'm just going to put enroll on home, or like home baking enrollment of my made up course. You can give it an item ID if you want. I sometimes give my courses home baking 2014. There you go. Give it a little thing. And it was £47. GBP, Great British Pounds. Is that what that means? I don't even know what GBP means. Pounds. I'm not going to bother with any of this. There's no drop down options because we're making a very simple link. No postage because it's online stuff, and then you just need to click create button. Da 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 da. Bingo! Now what it first gives you is a load of code. Now if you have a website or an area in your website that accepts code, you can actually just cut and paste this code in, and it will give you the PayPal button, the yellow one. But these don't always work very well in WordPress, as I already said. Plus, they're flaming ugly. PayPal buttons are ugly. I hate the colour yellow. It doesn't match my site. I do not want PayPal's horrible yellow button on my site. So how do we get around this? Well, what you need to do is you need to click this tab that says email. And what you get is an actual hyperlink to the button instead. So you don't need the code at all. You just need to click email, select that, copy, go back to your web page, and go to edit the page. And if you click on the button, there, go to where the little pen icon comes up. That's for the edit. And it'll come up with this box here that says image details. And you want this bit here that says link to, and you want to put it to custom URL. Take all that away, put your link that you got from PayPal in, and then update. And remember to save it or update it here as well, otherwise it won't work yet. And then let's go to our preview, and you'll see that this now has a little link. Well, this is my theme that does this jazzy stuff. Yours might not work the same, but basically when you click on that button now, it will take you to PayPal. There you go. See, home baking enrollment, £47. Let's go back, because what I forgot to show you was how to make it open up in a new window, because you don't always want people to go be led straight off your website. They might want to come back for some more info after they've bought from you. So again, highlight, click on the image, go to the little pen icon in the corner to edit. Wait till it brings up the image details box. You don't need to change the URL, that's all fine. Go to advanced options, and see this little box here? You want to just click that, and that opens the link in a new window or tab. Click update again. Update it all here in the actual page as well. And it's preview time. So there's your page. So imagine I'm a customer and I'm going to enroll now or buy now. I click on this and it opens in a separate window. Did you see that? It popped it open in a new window, and there I am paying with PayPal. So that's just a really easy, quick tutorial. You can make your buttons can be any size, shape, colour you want. You can make them round, you can make them square, you can make them higgledy-piggledy. They could even just be words that you type in the page itself. You can actually turn anything into a link. So you could turn this into a link. You just use the same link from PayPal that you got before, this one here. Again, open in a new window, add link, and that will now be a link too. So it's very versatile. There. So you can actually drop in payment links anywhere you like, all over your website if you want. Link from any image, any text, anything you want. It's very simple, and it's all completely free, just using Picmonkey to make the initial image and then generating the button code in PayPal and making sure you go to the email, not the website, because you don't want the code, you just want the link. Well, I hope that makes sense. It's pretty simple. If you've got any problems, just get hold of me. I'm all over social media. You can find me, Star Kashara, on Twitter, and Star Kashara, the Freedom Entrepreneur, on Facebook. I'm also on Facebook as Passive Income Rocks. So do feel free to ask me if you've got any problems. But other than that, I hope you enjoy the tutorial and go and create some amazing buttons for your website. See you soon. Take care.